Alright my friends, today is now day 70 and let's talk about what they did finish on day 70. Well, they took forms down for the front last section of wall they poured. You can see the cold joint there, but I think they did a good job on the cold joint where they, for those of you that don't know, because I know I sure didn't know, cold joint is where pour 1 marries up to pour 2. What they did is two things. They put a keyway, so this side was indented out. There was a little triangle piece on this one that poured out, so the wall goes back, it goes back, out, over, back. And then this wall has the, just poured in, has the other side of that keyway, so these two melt together. The other thing they did is they drilled holes into the old cement, and then when they were rebarring up this side, which I should have recorded but I didn't, they buried the rebar about, I don't know, it was about a foot into this old pour, first pour, put the rebar in, tied them up to the other rebar over here to lock them together. Not the best looking joint in the world. I guess there's ways I could get some smoothing cement, and I'm not leveling, I'll just run right off, but I'm sure there's a way I can make this look better. I don't like that look. So if you're doing this, do pay attention to cold joints and where they are, but I am happy that it's on the front and not on the back, because the back would be a place for water to infiltrate. They did get the windows poured or framed up. Let's step back. This looks pretty cool from a distance. He hasn't taken those sections of panels yet. I think they're going to disappear tomorrow or Monday. Don't know which. But we got our retaining wall. Blends right into the house. We got our windows. What will be a sliding glass door. And then 2 garage doors going back over to the other retaining wall. So it's starting to come together and starting to look like something. Everything is ready for the next pour, i.e. the basement. If we walk inside, we can see they have the plastic down, they have rebar. There's a section missing plastic over there. I'm just going to go with they know that they're missing plastic. All the hoses and pumps and everything were laid out. They were going to pour today to get this done today, but like I said, we had rain, so they postponed this. You see there's some moisture here and there. They're hoping it'll dry up by Tuesday, so they're going to postpone a few days. They pulled off where the garage slab was, so you can see what the edge of the garage slab looks like. I guess they're not going to drill in and tie garage to basement. I don't know. Nowhere else do the rebar go in, so I guess that doesn't matter. I did also measure the rough openings, which is the inside, right? This side of the wood to that side of the wood. 36 by 80 door is going to fit perfect in here. These garage door openings I measured these on cement side, because the way I understand garage door, all the tracks and everything bolt onto the outside here. So if I go from cement to cement, that is 10'6", which gives me 2 2x8s on the left and 2 2x8s on the right, which gives plenty of surface area for the tracks to just bolt right here, have a lot of meat to screw into, and then the door can close. The one thing, that door over there is also 6 inches wide, which 1.5 inches plus 1.5 inches plus 1.5 inches plus 1.5 inches, that gives me my 6. Both doors, I don't know what happened. Did I fail communication? Both doors are to the bottom of the wood, 7 foot 11.5 inches. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be, because I need 8 foot tall doors. What I was looking at in my barn is when the door closes in the barn, it comes down and then sets on the inside. So maybe that's okay. I'll have to ask and see how that really works. This one's the same way, 7 foot 11.5 inches. Maybe that's okay. We'll see. Talking about rough openings, should have mentioned it while I'm over here. 4 windows are perfect. They were supposed to be, they're 3 foot by 5 foot, and I was told to allow a 1/2 inch. So these are 36.5 by 60.5, all four. I measured top, bottom, left, and right to make sure the boards weren't like skewed. So I'm happy with the windows. This door is a little bit of a problem. So again, another issue. It is minor from what I'm told. I was talking to the cement guy. He says I don't have to worry about it, but apparently I'm gonna have to take this board off, and when I mount up my sliding glass door, he said just tap con it straight to the cement, because I need 72 inches plus a 1/2 inch. Well, my 72 is about 1/8 of an inch into here, so the door itself won't fit. And then if I try to give myself 1/2 inch, this board's just not going to fit. So this board's going to have to come off. Maybe I tap con a 1x in here, because if I take an inch, what is this, 1.5 inches is a 2x, I'm off 1/8 of an inch. So a 1x, a 3/4 inch board might fit well in here, just to give me some wood, and then still tap con into this. Or maybe I take and bolt and put the sliding glass door all the way over so it's up against the cement, so I have more meat to tap con into here. Future project, we'll figure it out. Not much we can do other than saw some cement, which is also an option, because the top is also a little bit low. I need an extra 1/2 inch on the top. I guess we'll see how that goes. All right, let's see what else we got done. This is going to be the footer for the deck. You know, there's gonna be 4 posts, 6x6 or 8x8, I think they said 8x8 posts. And there's going to be one at the 0 foot mark, and then 16, 32, 48. I'll have 4 posts coming from the corner of the house over to here. Now, someone mismeasured somewhere, because you notice the orange paint. The orange paint is 50 foot. We were talking about it, and we're just going to, because 48 foot ended right at the edge of the window, thought that might look a little goofy. We're just going to extend an extra 2 feet. He's not going to charge me any extra. So we're just going to take and go to 50 foot. And that way my cement slab sticks out from under the 48 foot deck by 2 feet. Any water that runs off will run off onto cement. But they're gonna have to dig this trench out more. I don't know who missed it, but 48 foot is here. So my footer is short. They didn't dig the trench long enough. Someone didn't measure right. Not gonna be that big of a deal, because right now I was told to put a 2x2 square, so they can dig this out and pour an extra footer. I have this all the way to the other side is also not dug out, because that's where the skid steer has been going back and forth. So they're gonna have to dig all this out to get to the corner of the house. And the way that we're gonna pour this slab is, once this slab's poured, the deck is 10 foot, so the post will be right at the edge is an 8 foot post. I don't want the post hanging over the edge of the deck. We're gonna make this bottom slab 10 foot 6. That way the posts are fully on cement. And then we're just going to, instead of having, I talked to him, and we're just going to pour this straight over to the wall and tie all this together. So the last point we have, and I'm not going to walk the whole way around because everything's still super muddy. They did waterproof the walls today. So they're more worried about the house and where the house ties onto the footer than they are where the retaining walls tie onto the footer. So you notice they did actually tar onto the footer for the house, but not the retaining wall. So they tarred this all up, and it goes the whole way around the house to where dirt level's supposed to be. And there's wet tar all over the ground, there's mud, so we will not walk a complete loop, but this is tarred up. And it looks like they just poured a bead of tar at the bottom here or something. I mean, look at that pulled up. More tar better for me, I guess. And that's where we're at. We are 70 days into this process. I have a basement that's waterproofed, mostly poured. I have a footer that's mostly poured. I have a house that is mostly built. A lot of mostlies. We're getting there. Till next time.